So when I came to Optimae, I was very short-tempered. I could lose my cool very fast. And the way I would react to things were not the best. I would sometimes just kind of do whatever I wanted, even though I wasn't supposed to. And it would get me in trouble. My mom would get on me. The staff, if they knew I was doing something I wasn't supposed to, would, they'd say, you're not supposed to do this. Especially when I would be and when I first moved down here and we were over here in Ashman, it's more or less a one-way street, so it's not as much traffic going through. And if I would get, mad enough, and I hadn't had alone time yet because I hadn't been down here long enough, I would just ask the staff, just say, can I just walk, from maybe, say our house was like 2 houses from the corner. And they said, you can walk, from the corner down to about 3-4 houses down. As long as they could see me walking back and forth, they would allow it, because it helped to calm me down, just to pace and walk around sometimes, to get me out of the situation. And so that's one thing that helped, was they were willing to compromise. And got very irritated with, people, and would realize eventually, I'd look back on it and go, well, that was kind of ridiculous to get, mad about. And I would talk to staff. They'd come in the next day. So what happened? What was going on? Why'd you do this? Or why'd you do that? Or what could you have done better? Why should you have just, not even said anything? Kind of go through the options of what you did. The consequences. You did this, you're gonna have to, lose a little bit of privilege there, because you can't just go around doing what you want. And so I would get in trouble sometimes for not following that. But every time that I did good, and I did something really well, say when I came down, some of my goals were learning new recipes, stuff like that, to take care of my own self, making sure my room was clean. If I needed addressed on something or reminded, the staff would just say, hey, Ashley, remember, you need to probably clean your room, or good job on making this recipe. They were very supportive for everything that I learned and did proper. And that helps, because then that knows, oh, you're doing good. You're kind of moving up there slowly. And it helps by far. And, then we moved down here to Plain Street. I had more freedom because I was, further in the program a little bit. So I had some alone time. And that, I would even just, with that, sometimes I would just sit outside. I bought a grill even. And I would just sit out there and just grill for hours. Just sit out there. And I started to stand up for my roommates even. Because I've had some roommates that have, had issues with being bullied. And I was bullied even myself. And so I had one roommate, she wasn't allowed to do a lot of certain things. And I would ask the staff, can I go on a 10-15 minute walk with her, even, if she wasn't really supposed to go far. Yeah, go ahead. I think that'd be great, for you guys to be able to just do something together instead of just sitting in the house. So they were very, very supportive on my decisions. Obviously would give their advice, hey, maybe you need to try this instead. Or money spending, for instance. I struggled with money spending. I like video games, so I buy video games. Stuff that I don't need. And I would buy something, and staff would kind of say, do you think you need that, or should you maybe look into getting something you need more? Maybe you need new work shoes. So the staff would kind of give me, say, you can get this, but do you, make me think, do I need it? Is it a need or is it a want? If I gotten mad Do you want to end up staying here longer, or would you like to keep moving on, and eventually get out? Or if I'm like when I was getting close to being able to be allowed to move out, if I got upset, the staff would say, remember, you're close to getting out. You do not want to do something to blow that, because you have come so far in 5 years that's going to take a big turnaround, and you're going to go right back to not necessarily the beginning, but way down there, and it's going to take even longer. So they would help, bring up points of, think about it, is this what you want, or is this could happen if you do this? Almost give me options and see the options that are coming.